Hey, what's up, locker room? I'm wearing that red because, boy, those Cowboys look so fire hot right now. So I had to wear red just to match it down. Let me tell you what we saw today in that great victory the Dallas Cowboys had again today, which I just enjoyed seeing them put up another 37 points. But even better than the 37 is what I saw the defense do. The defense came into this game against the Jets. You guys know the score was 37-22. The defense, Dallas defense, came in with 5 sacks total on the year. They left with 5 sacks total in this game. I know it's the Jets, and that's Justin Fields. And, he's going to try to beat you with his legs, not just his arm. So he may hold on to the ball a little longer and try to make things happen that gives you an opportunity. But that's on that side. What I'm talking about is for Dallas and the mentality for the Cowboys when they see they got 5 sacks. Now they can say, oh, we can get 5 sacks without Michael Parsons. So now the mentality of that defense changes because a man's mentality is that man's reality. And you got 5 sacks coming in 4 games, and then you get 5 sacks in this 1/5 game of the season. That can change things for you and change things for your defense. And of course, we hope that's going to be moving forward. They got the Carolina Panthers next week, so I should see at least some of that also against the Panthers, even though the Panthers, they moved the ball pretty well and they won today, so they can move the ball. And Bryce Young is starting to play pretty good. But this is about the Cowboys. This is about Dak Prescott. This is about what I'm seeing right now and what I like. The Cowboys had like a triplet today, you know what I mean? Dak went for 237, Javonte Williams went for 135, and Flournoy had 114. That's the triplets, guys. That's the triplets. That's the mentality Emmett and I played with. We must win by land or by air. Whichever they give, we will take. Or we will just take what we want, but you must lose either by land or by air. And the Cowboys are starting to get that. Let me tell you what's so dynamic and so incredible about all of this. Now, Flournoy going over 100 yards is one thing, because I saw Dak against Green Bay, and Dak's on another level. You go back and look at the film for that Green Bay game. Dak was beating Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons beat the lineman every time, but Dak beat Michael Parsons. He knew he was on the other side. He knew he was going to be there. He got the ball out of his hands very quickly. And even when Michael was right here, he's like he knew he was there. He still got that ball out and made the play. And he's playing at that level now, where he's in total control. Even yesterday, someone jumped off sides. And when the defensive end jump or anybody jumps, the center has to snap the ball. Because if he determined they jumped, he's not going to wait on Dak to save. So he snapped it. Dak caught it, fumbled a little bit, flipped it, bam, and threw that thing up the field because he knew he had a free play. And they made the play up the field. That's that Aaron Rodgers stuff. Remember, I used to say, I want Dak to take over a football game from the quarterback position. And we're seeing that now, which makes it an incredible thing. Dak did this today. He did it today, missing 4 starting offensive linemen. 4 of the starting offensive linemen were out. Dude, you guys don't understand how well that bodes for the Cowboys? Because, okay, when everybody starts coming back, now those linemen, somebody's going to get hurt, and you feel confident that the guys you got in back of those guys can step in because they all have gotten some significant playing time and did a pretty good job. No, did an excellent job. They did an excellent job today. protecting that. Open up holes for Javonte Williams to run. They did an excellent job. I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of what I see with his offense doing, and they're putting up another 37 points. Remember what I told you guys. Remember when we first started, I said, man, the Cowboys got to be around at 31, 32, 33 points a game. But then we saw the defense and what it looked like. We had to up that number to say, man, I don't know, can they do 36, 37, 40? But that's what they're doing now. And get this, they're doing it without their best player on offense. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. Because so one game is George Pickens having over 100 yards. George Pickens could have had another 100-yard day. That's the slant got away, but it would have been a tough catch. But if you'd have caught that slant, broke out the back door, he was going for another 50 yards right there on the touchdown. But George, he's scoring a lot of touchdowns, and that's what we needed. I told you we need that big guy up the field and make plays. He had Sauce Gardner on him today, so he only caught 2 receptions, but one was a touchdown. And one was a long touchdown. I think it was like 40, 45 yards over Sauce Gardner. Let me tell you what that does. That's what my mentality was. When I played Dion, I said I got to the rest of my team see me make plays on Dion. I need the rest of my team see me make plays on Darrell Green. Everybody at the after see me make plays on Aeneas Williams, Champ Bailey, on Rod Woodson. All gold jackets that shut down their side of the field. Until I got there. Because I could not allow anybody to tell my teammates Michael's out the game. If they believe that, the confidence in our chances of winning is going to diminish. The hope in our chances of winning will diminish. And I always tell you guys, we're going to measure our hope and it'll dictate how much effort we give. When you got great hope or you go hard, you give so much effort. But if you feel you got no hope, it limits that effort. So I can never let anyone believe, oh man, they took Mike out the game. We got no hope. Because it limits your effort. And I'm telling you, they went in, Sauce Gardner said, we're going to take out George Pickens. And he had a pretty good day against George Pickens. George Pickens still scored a touchdown. But we were able to find the next guy up. And that's Flournoy. Flournoy showed up and showed out. I mean, I was like, man, Ryan going off. Man, he making some plays out here for us. And I'm telling you guys, no Cavante Turpin. We got talent sitting on the sideline, and we've been putting up 40 and 37 points. That last couple weeks, 7 TDs, 0 interceptions, and and a rush TD also. Those incredible numbers. Incredible numbers. And he's done that without CD Lamb. I'm telling you, man, an offense can give you a chance. Especially if the defense can give you a few stops in here. And I know it was the Jets. Everybody will talk about, man, it was just the Jets. I know that. I understand that. But that was a big win for the Cowboys. It was a big win in the way they went about that win with as many players as they got hurt and still showed up and got it done in a very, very convincing manner. And the defense just showed up. That was the real deal. Because now we moved from that 32 to right now we're number 1 offense, averaging like 408 yards a game. Number 1 offense. That's without CD Lamb. Today it went down without Cavante Turpin. Look at the talent still on that offense. And then look at the talent that stepped up in that offense. Right now, Ferguson, number 2 receiver in the NFL. I think I saw where I think he's had 41 receptions, something like that. And most receptions through the first 5 games for a tight end in NFL History. That's right now Dak Prescott's little blankie. First, it's your little blankie. Right here, right here, right here. Now, when CeeDee Lamb comes back, CeeDee Lamb goes back to being that blankie. But let me tell you the difference now. When CeeDee Lamb was here at first, everybody focused and everything was on focus with CeeDee Lamb, both defense and us on offense. We got to get him the ball, we got to get him the ball, we got to get him the ball. Now, the rest of the league is seeing, oh my God, they got more guys that can make plays. So even when CeeDee Lamb comes back and the Sauce Gardner goes on him, now what do you think of George Pickens is going to do to the number 2 receiver, or a Flournoy, or a Kevontae Turpins is going to do to your, cornerback, to your number 3 corner when George Pickens being down on your number 2 corner? George had only 2 receptions because he played against the number 1 corner. Some say, I'll give it to Patrick Surtain right now over Sauce Gardner as the number 1 corner in the National Football League. But Sauce Gardner right there too. And for Pickens to get that kind of work with that kind of corner, that's invaluable. That's invaluable. And he's going to need to feel real comfortable going up against that kind of talent. Because I don't know how much longer we'll be without CeeDee Lamb. But once you get used to going up against that kind of talent, and then CeeDee Lamb's coming back, and you start going up against the number 2 corner, oh my God, do you understand how George Pickens is going to take off? Because he has to dig in his bag to beat these guys, to beat the Sauce Gardners, the Patrick Surtains. You got to dig in your bag. And then you learn your bag. You learn all the tools in your bag and what works best in your bag. And then you go find not that number 1 shutdown corner. Not the Sauce Gardner, not the Patrick Surtains. On my days, not the Deion Sanders, Darrell Green, Rod Woodson, Champ Baylor, and E.S. Williams. You know what I mean? You're going to go play with those other guys. A number 2. And you can have your way with those number 2 guys because they are not shutdown corners. I can't wait to see it all together now that these other guys have started to step up and feeling good and feeling confident. And Dak's trusting these guys and they're making plays. Now you add CeeDee Lamb back in that mix, and I can't wait to see what it looks like. I'm telling you, Dak looks like he's going for that MVP. And right now, I can't say that he doesn't deserve it right now with the way he's playing. So I can't wait to see this, man. But the greatest thing out of that day, out of today's win for the Dallas Cowboys, Pete, the greatest thing we saw today was that defense. I know, he gave up 283 yards to Justin Fields, 113 rushing yards to Breece Hall. But that defense played very good. I was proud to see that defense get after it like they got after it yesterday. Because that was a step up. And getting those sacks, now they feel confident. And they saying, okay, we can do something over here. We can contribute. Now we don't have to play arena football. And if them can give me that 35, 37 points a game, and this defense can continue to hold them up under 20 points a game or 22 points a game like they did today, you're great. There's a big board in the meeting room, in the team meeting room, and it tells you your goals. Defense cannot give up more than 17 points. Period. Cannot give up more than 17 points. That's what it says. Cannot give up more than 17 points. And then you go check, did you accomplish it? Offense must score 24. Every board says this. Must score at least 24. I moved that number 8 to the north and said we need 32. But now, when I saw the defense early on, I said we got to crank that out. I'm going to need something like a 34, a 35-point game around here because we're going to have to be like arena football and hope our defense can get one stop. And then we got to keep scoring when they get that one stop to order to win. But I believe that defense can get some stops now. I believe as they get people back, and we got people hurt, the hooker and all those guys hurt. You start getting people back, they start getting better. Your defense start getting better. And now you got this offense that's percolating right now, just percolating. And CD Lamb isn't there. The most explosive player, Devontae Turpin, isn't there. And it's just percolating. Wait till all of it comes together, and it's going to be a wow. A WOW kind of offense. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to that. To that WOW. Wow. Kind of offense. And just take over. I believe Dallas, the 37 points they put up today, I believe Dallas can average 38, 40 points a game. The way that offense is right now, and they put up the 37, like I told you guys, with all kinds of injuries today, and they still got it done. They still got it done. And that Jet defense, they got some talent over there, but they still got it done. That's something to be so proud of if you're the Dallas Cowboys. Because think about it. A lot of people didn't get it done. That team that won week 1 against the Cowboys, the Philadelphia Eagles, they didn't get it done today. Denver beat them. They did not get it done today. That other team that was undefeated, not just the Philadelphia Eagles, but the Buffalo Bills, they were undefeated. They did not get it done today because New England came in with a plan to say, no, we're going to win. And they did. The Cowboys got it done. And they got to get it done next week against Carolina. And you got to put the points on the board. You cannot have any kind of issue putting points on the board because then the defense is going to lose hope. And we know the defense can give up a lot of points. As long as they see that offense moving the ball and scoring, they get confidence because they think sooner or later, I'm going to be able to just pin my ears back and go get the quarterback because this offense is rocking. And they're right. And that's what you got to make sure you do when you got that kind of talent on offense. You got to make sure you're rocking, putting up 37, 38, 40 points a game. Make them drop back and start passing. And those 5 sacks that we got today, they'll want to get every day. And you'll get a defensive line rushing so hard because they'll give it all they have because they know there's an opportunity at getting sacks if we're putting 38, 40 points on the board on the other side. That's how this thing must work. And I'm telling you right now, the Cowboys, I like how that thing worked. I told you guys, it just for me, I don't know, his dad got married, baby, everything. He just seems so much more mature. And it's time for him to mature into that championship quarterback and bring us home that bling thing called a ring. You understand what I'm saying, Dak Prescott? It's time to bring home that bling thing we call the ring. Bring it home this year. I'll talk about that Philly loss and that Buffalo loss in a minute. I just had to get the Cowboy stuff out for right now. All right, locker room.